What's going on, guys? We are here at the Canon booth to talk about one of their newer mirrorless cameras, the EOS RP. Stay tuned. We have Brandon here that's going to tell us a lot about the Canon EOS RP. Tell us more about it. Well, first, let me say that the mirrorless lineup are doing great things right now. We're hearing a lot about it. So tell me about what we have here in front of us.
So we have a variety of EOS RP products right here, including the 35mm RF lens, which is a superb choice if you're looking for a really compact offering. It's a f1.8 aperture lens, has image stabilizing in it up to 5 stops, as well as macro capability. We also have a wonderful setup here with our 24-105. This is actually one of the kits that are available currently. And on all the RF series lenses, you'll see that we have the control ring that's actually customizable. You can adjust anything from shutter speed, aperture, ISO, or exposure compensation freely on that control ring. It's also a very nice variangle screen model, so if you're into vlogging or if you're trying to get a different creative angle, go out to a concert, look up at the camera, you can go and do a lot of great things with this wonderful screen option. It's a 26 megapixel full frame sensor, so what that means is that you're going to have very good low light capability. You're also going to get that gorgeous background blur when you take a portrait, and as far as field of view goes, you're going to have excellent wide angle options that are available to you. This particular RF mount lens is a great choice. Covers a long range of different types of shots that you might want to shoot with. But additionally, we also have our suite of adapters. So you have a standard adapter that's available EF to EOS R body mount. You also have a control ring mount adapter, as well as a drop-in filter mount adapter. And that drop-in filter mount adapter is a great choice if you're into video. You can go and very easily go and use it out in broad daylight, and very easily cut down the amount of light entering your sensor. So this is a great mixed media type shooter where it has up to 4K resolution as well, 24p.
With the adapter that you can drop in the ND, will it still adapt the same lenses? So it's just going between the Canon lenses, or will it allow different mounts?
Yeah. So when you're going over from a DSLRs really require a little bit extra space in between the lens mount and the actual sensor, and that's because we have a mirror that would be in that cavity. Because we have a mirror there, we have to really overcome the distance that's between your sensor and the mirror. So as a result, you have 44 millimeters of space on that EF mount, and that mount's been in production since 1987. So you have a long range of lenses that are available to you, but when you deal with a mirrorless product like this, we're actually going down to a 20 millimeter range. So because we're at 20 millimeters, we have a 24 millimeter departure between the two mounts. And what we can do is we can add functionality to your existing products that you already own. So now we have a control ring mount adapter, has all the same features as your RF lenses, and that drop-in filter, we're now able to put filters behind wide-angle lenses that might have a bulbous front element where you don't have a filter thread. So you have multiple ways of adapting your lenses. If you think about the filter adapter, if you have a lens like this is 77 millimeters. If you have a 100 millimeter L, it might be 67 millimeters. You can have one filter that inserts in the back, and it takes care of all your different filter choices. Additionally, you can also go and stack your filters, one in the back and now one in the front. So you can do two things at once. Maybe circle polarized in the back, solid ND on the front now. So you have more functionality. You can be more creative than ever, really.
Perfect. And tell me about pricing and availability.
So this is the most inexpensive full frame on the market. You're getting a brand new full frame camera, not an older model that's been out and has had its price dropped. At announcement, this comes in at $1,300 for a body only. It's a stellar time to be a photographer or videographer. It's a great time to be alive in this industry. You're getting a 26 megapixel sensor at a very affordable price range, and the world's your oyster at that point. You can also get either a 24-105 STM kit or a 24-105 RF lens, which would be the mount that you see right here. and we're actually having some additional promotions that are going on right now with rebates. So yeah, you can go and check out any of your local authorized retailers, and also find us on Canon Direct on our website.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about the video side of things, dual pixel autofocus, codecs, log, things like that, maybe HDMI output, things like that.
Yeah. So as far as the camera goes, you have a lot of cool options as far as your interface on the outside. We have 4K 24p capability on the highest end, Full HD and HD 60 and 30p. As far as your interface on the side, you have your headphone port, great for monitoring your audio, mic input. You have a HDMI port, as well as USB-C capability. So USB-C is a really big hot topic right now. Allows you to go and interface with a lot of computers without using dongles and such. And you can also go and charge the camera as well. So a lot of cool options. As far as your frame rate goes, 4K 24p, it's an MP4 format. You're actually getting an IPB file, which is about 120 megabits per second. So it's a good usable file if you want to toss it up to the web, put it up to YouTube or any other type of sharing platform. You're able to do that.
Any plans for maybe like raw output or anything like that?
At this point in time, what you're getting is internal recording on this. That's really, really high end, where it's able to go and be a really easy to use type of file as an MP4. Externally, it's a 4K out that's clean, or full HD output that's clean. So if you want to go and output to external recording devices, you're able to do that. But at this time, we're currently not offering that. Yeah.
It looks good, man. I hear a lot about, Canon color, dual pixel autofocus has been just some of the things that keep Canon, man, strong, in the field. I'm glad you guys enter the mirrorless market and do great things with it. This is just a side note. You guys normally offer 24 to 105 as the kit lens. How did that lens get chosen as like the kit lens? Like you guys, I'm just curious about it.
When you look at the market, it's one of the most popular offerings. It is a lens that when you pick it up on the 24 side, it's such a perfect wide angle offering. F4, image stabilized, you can be very creative whether you're a still shooter or a video shooter. On the 105 end, you're getting a very balanced reach. So if you want to go and have a tighter shot on the telephoto side, you're getting that whole entire zoom range, and it's just a joy to shoot with. This new 24 to 105, like I said, it has 5 stops IS. It's a more compact offering, and looking at the control ring, it makes your life so much easier to shoot with, and that's what the entire series has been about. It's finding small, easy ways to make your life easier and make shooting more fun. Photography and videography should be fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anything on maybe? Can you talk to us a little bit about maybe the construction, materials, weather sealing, things like that?
So the internal chassis is actually a magnesium alloy. The external chassis right here, what you see is more of a composite, and what that does is it keeps the body lightweight. This is actually an extremely lightweight camera. It's under a pound as far as the body, where it's making traveling easier. It's making going and carrying all your lenses easier. If you have less weight, people that might have arthritis or might not want to carry a heavy-duty camera for long periods of time, that would make photography more challenging. So with this, having a lighter weight product, good ergonomics where if you notice it fits very well in my grip, my hands aren't cramped at all, and the lens is a very straight construction, so I have a very large area for where my hand will actually wrap around. And we actually offer, with the RP, there's actually a additional extension grip that you can actually buy as well if you find that you have some big mitts. Right. So everything about the camera is made to be lightweight, easy to use, and comfortable to use. Ergonomics are very important to us.
That's one thing when you buy a Canon, you know that it's just years of experience in creating quality cameras, lenses, and every accessory to go around it. So that's one thing I definitely appreciate about Canon. I guess one last thing, and you kind of touched on it, is battery life. Like, what should we expect for battery life?
So as far as the battery goes, and this is one of the major differences between the R and the RP, it's battery choice. So this is the LP17. This is more along the lines of a battery that you'll find in your T7i products, SL2, SL3 at this point, where we just launched that camera. It's a very popular battery offering. Because this is a viewfinder camera that's an electronic viewfinder, and it has a rear screen, you're always using one of those screens. That's one of the more larger challenges of mirrorless, overcoming battery life, as opposed to an optical viewfinder type DSLR. So with this, you're going to have a different battery life. It's roughly on this model. We have a very conservative rating of about 250 shots. However, what you'll find is that you'll probably be very pleasantly surprised by the battery life. We're very conservative with our numbers. And when you're traveling with this, the idea was to keep the camera and the overall body small and lightweight. So you can carry extra batteries, obviously, but when you get up to the EOS R, you're going to have an LP6N. It'll have higher output, and you'll have a little more shooting capability with it.
Well, you guys offer the grip too, so that, if battery is an issue, just go with the grip. I always like the grip because I got bigger hands, so I definitely understand. But it looks good, man. I can't wait to get my hands on one and start shooting with one. I like the finish of it. I think the way it looks is what I like a lot about it. It's kind of like a charcoal gray a little bit. So these are available right now currently, right?
They're shipping now.
All right. Well, hey, I want to thank you for your time today.
No problem.
All right, guys, there you have it.